Hey, what's up, my Terran friends? So I posted recently in the Terran subreddit that there was that safe mech opener, that TVT mech opener, correct? So I had a game this morning against a 5400 Terran Roro, and in which I did it, but I also added a variation that I honestly enjoy very much. And I will show you that. If you saw the name of the replay, it's titled Mech Drop with Vikings. So after I make 6 Vikings to be safe against all the early shenaniganry, and once I realize it's mech v mech, I'll speed through it a little bit. We'll see that I do the same opening, right? So we'll look at my point of view. Wait, no, that's his. We both use white as our color. Interesting. So we're gonna boost through this, right? And so I'm doing the normal mech opener, the one that is described in that build for sure. This is going to be to show the variation, and it'll be to show you how it plays out in an actual game. Because I know I played against the AI in that last one, and I cut it short because the AI actually gave me more trouble than I wanted it to. Even though, I mean, it was an insane AI because I had more money and stuff, but it still should have been quicker. So we go out there, I build my one Hellion. You know, I'm already putting the swapping the starport and on the reactor. Get an SCV, and my Reaper's going to die, so I go ahead and go for the scout. I'm focused on scouting. I see that there's double gas. I did see a starport, actually. It was just on the way. Get my third command center at a good timing. I'm making Viking tank, like I always say to do. All right. And then as we come down here, so I get this idea, right? Right before well, you'll see me scan in a minute here, and I'll be recognizing that it's mech. So you see he's going for the normal Raven stuff. Like, he's going to play a defensive mech, but you see him going for the Raven. This is what this build is good against. This build loves playing against Ravens. I see he has all those Hellions as well, which leads me to believe he's super invested in, like, I don't want to say ground because not tanks, but, like, I'm thinking battle mech at this point, right? In my head, I'm like, that's a lot of cars. So I see Ravens and Double Factory. He does that because I'm pretty sure because it's a mech v mech and we're both bio players generally. So this is like not necessarily out of our comfort zone considering I play mech a lot. I don't know how much he mechs, but Vikings very good against mechanical units. So I land them to deal with the Hellions so I can get my third landed. And you'll see me in a second. I'll show you. I'm like, I'm doing this and I'm like, I have an idea. Okay, so after these Vikings finish, right? I let them finish, kill some Hellions, and then here's where we do this soon. Once I get the gas. I have a 200 gas now, right there. Here's what we do. We start 2 medevacs. Now, my idea for this push is, right, the way the Marines act as the buffer for the tanks when you drop into a person's base, right, in a TVT. Well, in this case, I want my Vikings to act as the buffer against the Raven. As well as, then I can also put 4 tanks in here because I have no Marine. Well, I don't have any Hellbats either, but I don't have any Marines, right? So we're going to speed this up. He's a little bit ahead of me in supply, but I have more workers. And I'm also getting upgrades. Like, he doesn't have any upgrades or any armories yet. So look, I load up 4 tanks, right? I'm going out. I'm boosting. And then here's what I see in a second. I send some Hellions out, and I see an army here. Now, this is perfect dream scenario. He's on my side of the map, but he can't push in because I've only been making tanks this whole time, so the tank count is 8-2. Okay? So, so about the 730 mark, I know he's going to have a third base, and especially on Romanticide specifically, I could drop from either angle. Either angle gives me access to 2 bases. I drop here, right? I get access to the natural and the main. If I drop in here, I get access to the third and the main. So it's like either way, I get 2 angles for this. So I think this is going to be this map specifically, but it could be good in all maps. I just haven't tested it yet. This is my first time ever trying this. So boost in here, right? I have this big open space in the main. We go ahead and drop 4 tanks out, and this goes way better than expected. Like, so much better than I could have ever hoped for. If I look through it, now we look at the worker count, about 15, and something that I didn't think would happens, right? I'm floating some money here, not very good. I should be macroing harder for sure. But look at the third command center. He pulled all his workers away and or lost a lot of them, so he's not repairing it. So I just right-clicked on it. We get the third CC. So not only did we kill 20 workers, we killed the third CC as well. Or 15 workers, my bad. And now I also have the upgrade advantage, and I'm putting myself in an insanely good spot. I have 80 SCVs, I have 4 bases done, 5th command center almost done. I don't even care that this gets cleaned up. It's done the damage, you know? The damage is done. And now we get to be in a position on a mech, we're so far ahead in a mech versus mech game where we're making the exact same units, and it's beautiful. I'm about to have 1-1, even though I have double armor, and he's about to have 0, I meant to start +2 weapons, but I didn't. So I figured since he had that little bit of battle mech in there that we don't want any run-bys or anything happening, so I'm just going to spread my tanks out, right? I guess I'll just walk through the decision of the rest of this game. We'll speed through, though. I use these. The thing is, you can keep using these medevacs, too. I made sure I didn't lose them. That's why I didn't care if I lost the tanks and I left the Vikings there. But, like, so the SCVs are going to have 0 armor upgrades, so these Hellbats are going to shred. Usually it takes a Hellbat 3 hits to kill an SCV. With Blue Flame, it's usually 2. And I'm pretty sure +3 do it in 1. Kill some more SCVs. Killed 28 so far. We go to the main. I'm not, like, I have way too many SCVs. Like, at this point, we're so far ahead. But it takes a while to close out a mech versus mech game. Any Terran player should know that. So I'm sending things around for harassment. I target down some workers here. I try to, at least. Got 1. Not too great. All I'm trying to do is keep him back. I can take this fight. You know, Thors are actually a really good counter to tanks. Despite what a lot of, like, unless they have a massive tank line, Thors are really beefy. They have 400 hit points, right? So, it says 1,500. Why? Yeah, 400. Yeah, they have 400 hit points, and it's even a +3 siege tank. It takes like 6 shots to kill a Thor. It only takes three like pumps of a Thor to kill a tank. So Thors can be really good to break tanks, and they're really good when you don't have an air like an air lead. And I know he took the air lead, so that's why. Like, he's looking for my army, and he's not gonna find it. I'm using these Vikings to be annoying. Kill a Hellbat or 2. He sees my army coming. I don't even really care. His army's so disjointed. I still have tanks, so he can't push in. And now we're looking really good. 200 supply to 160 with better upgrades. Now, I'm anti-timing myself here. I would not suggest doing this. Don't attack 10 seconds before 2-2. But I was maxed. I wanted to make something happen. And remember, this is a 5,400 player. It's not like this is some, like, well, you know, Master 2 or something. So he's still down about 50 supply and upgrades. Like, he's starting his +2 weapons, but I'm starting 3-3. Like, this shows you the state of this game. And if you look at the map, I'm taking bases. He's only on 4. I'm going up to 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6. Soon to be 7 bases. I decide I want to take these bases out. Now, I don't notice these tanks up here, and I forget to hotkey this command center, so I run out of scans. Like, you'll look at my vision. I dropped some mules at some point. Or something, I don't know. I don't have scans. Like, I'm trying to scan here. No scans. Come in for this fight. Now, I know this fight's going to be inefficient, okay? But I need to get rid of the supply. Like, you already see me making 8 Vikings and 4 Thors. Because what he's trying to do is take the air control. And he's going to... So his goal is to push with tanks and libs. So he can just inch forward, right? Well, Thors destroy libs and Thors break tanks. And so do Vikings. So all I'm trying to do is kind of get rid of this supply. I want some tanks still, but I still have 7 tanks that aren't here. That are not in this picture, this, like, camera frame. I should probably turn the game sounds down a little bit. It'd be kind of loud. And we still trade okay there. Like, the supplies are even. Let me produce for like 2 seconds. And we're still up 20 supply. It's just on the way, you know? So it's like, all I got to do is survive this onslaught. I pull the boys because I have enough bank. I don't need to. Come in here. And now, he's so clumped up. I trade 8 Vikings for 6 tanks. Right there. Is the most beautiful trade ever. And here's the siege tank breakers coming in. Bull is here. I make them target certain tanks to have low health, so they die faster, stuff like that. And now we are taking a massive supply lead and massive upgrade advantage. So, I'm going to push through. Keep going in, and GG. Just a tiny variation in the mech build. We added one little aggressive piece of work, like a little salt bay, you know, dribbling it in there. Boom. Massive advantage for the entire game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and analysis of that replay and this build. And if you did, please try it out in your own ladder games. I hope it gets you some ladder points, and I love making these for you guys. So, if you do enjoy, please do hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.